What sport did you coach?
I coached the sport badminton and taught the students the skills and techniques of the drop shot.
What were your strengths to your planning?
The strengths of my plan is that I made sure that every one of my drills in my session had a progression or an easier drill. So for the lower capable students and the higher achieving students, they could, if they found the drill too easy or hard, they always had another drill to fall back on. So they always enjoyed the session and were never bored. Also, I made sure the students were never stood still and were always active. That's why I split the badminton courts into two, so they were playing on half a court each, so there was 4 on each court and no one was stood doing nothing.
What would you say your improvements could be if you were to plan this session again?
So in my session, I set up my drills during the session, so that wasted some of the time. So next time, I'd make sure the drills are either set up beforehand, so come a bit earlier, or make sure I get the students to help me set up the drills so they're done quicker. And I could also introduce the progressions as soon as I notice the students get bored, rather than them sitting and not really enjoying the session and getting bored. So they stayed concentrated and were making, they were putting their all into my sessions, so they'd improve their knowledge and skill in badminton.
Why is it important that you made these changes?
If I didn't make these changes, students would become bored a lot more quicker. Therefore, this would affect my session because they'd lose concentration, so start messing about. Therefore, I'd not enjoy coaching the session as much, and also when the students are not getting bored, they're finding it more funner, so it's funner to coach, and also more beneficial for me and also the students. Also, setting up the drills quicker will give me more time, therefore I'd be able to get more drills into my session, so it's more effective and efficient for the students.
What would you do differently next time with regard to your planning?
Next time I would so I watched a badminton session, a couple on YouTube, but next time maybe magpie a few drills from that and make them more unique and either more challenging or easier for the students, depending on how difficult they are. But also, I could draw out my plan and bring it into my session next time, so I know fully what's going on, because there was at one point I forgot the drill that I was about to coach, but it sprang to mind, but still that's wasting time, and then I had to rush to set up the drill. So next time, being more prepared would make it more efficient for me, as I know what I'm doing, therefore won't be stressing and can coach better.
Have you made an action plan for the future development?
Yeah, so action plan is to see what the students were most likely to prefer to learn about instead of doing the skills. So when I asked, they said they really enjoyed the drop shot, but they'd like to learn more about the smash, as they find it a bit funner and more interesting, as it's a harder shot to play, but also the most effective shot in badminton when you can nail it. This will have positive impacts on my session, as the students will be fully focused on what they're doing because they're enjoying and have chose what they want to be taught. Therefore, being more eager for the session, so it will flow a lot more faster. Everyone will be concentrated. It'll be a lot more easier for me to coach, as the students will be enjoying what they're doing and will be fully focused.
Talk me through your session today.
So the session I was doing, I feel like it ran quite smoothly, to be fair, but there was a few hiccups, as I didn't notice when some students were finding it too difficult, as I had a not as talented group. However, there was a few standout players, but I didn't focus on the ones that weren't as talented. Therefore, when I'd look over, they weren't doing the correct thing, because the drop shot they were playing, they were always over hitting it, so they were finding it too hard. So it didn't smooth very well on that part. But next time I could give more coaching points and be better with my time management to teach them these different techniques, so they're not over hitting them every time. So the session will flow better. But overall, I feel my session went quite well for one of my first coaching sessions.
Did this differ from the plan?
Yes, my session did end up differing from my plan, because in my plan I had a few much more difficult drills to get onto at the end, because I thought the students would easily get through it all, but as they struggled much more, we didn't get to those end plans, so I cut it a bit shorter so that they could get into a game and have a competition against each other, because they enjoyed that a lot, and you could see they enjoyed it from how much they were laughing. But I told them to focus on playing the drop shot during the games. But next time, because of this, I can get those more difficult drills into my session, so that it's no worry, because they'll be better next session. I'm more ready, so know what they're doing.
What were the strengths of your session?
I feel like the strengths of my session was I explained everything very well, so there was no confusions on the actual drills we were doing. Also, I was quite good at motivating the students one-on-one, so then they attempt harder, because they were trying to impress and play better, because I was giving them positive feedback, and then also with the negative feedback I was feeding back to them in a positive way, so that they wouldn't lose motivation and they'd keep trying, which made my session flow better.
What would you say your improvements could be?
Next time, I definitely make sure I have a lot more easier drills, so that and plan a lot more drills, just in case some drills don't go well. I'd also say next time I'd use the space given to me a lot better, because sometimes it was a bit cramped on some of the courts. So maybe next time I will have to do a full court and just swap every point, rather than doing 4 on one court and just do 2. Also, I could set up the session beforehand by getting there early, so we can get straight into the session and no time's wasted, which will have positive impacts on the coaching side of things.
Why is it important that you make these changes?
Making these changes will make my session flow a lot more better and faster, so it's more effective. And if I'm there, set up ready, they know that I'm eager to get on with it, therefore that will portray onto their performances, and they won't be messing around, because they know that I've got drills that I want to set up and coach, therefore they'll be more motivated. Also, using the space will make it less likely of getting injuries, and also using the space, it'll be less cramped on the court, so they'd have more room to play better shots. Also, changing the way I manage my time during my sessions will make it run a lot more smoother, and no time will be wasted on setting up.
What was the feedback like from the participants?
The feedback was quite good, to be fair. Everyone said they really enjoyed the session, found it hard and challenging, but in a good way. But also, the students that found it too challenging got a bit bored, as they had no hope of being successful, so were losing motivation, just messing about, which made my session not plan run as smoothly. So next time I will plan this out differently, so making sure I'm not focusing on one court and I'm always looking around at everyone, so that no one feels left out and they keep trying, and perform better during the performances.
What would you do differently next time with regard to your delivery?
So I'd look around more at all the other courts so that no one felt left out, and plan my sessions beforehand and set everything up so it runs smoother and have more time.
Have you made an action plan for the future development?
Yeah, I have. My action plan would be to ask the skills that the students want to be performing, and if there's a few drills, I could split the class in half. So one half's doing one skill and one's doing the other. Then they'd swap over so that they're doing a different skill. So they'll be doing more of a wider range of skills in badminton, more enjoy it, and this will also give me more space, and so no students will be sat down doing nothing. However, it'll be hard for me to keep control of both sides, so I'll have to be very cautious of what's going on so that no students mess about and the session runs smoothly and effectively. Thank you for listening.